Good evening, CC, and welcome all to our weekly podcast, Terry Curran's Curran View with the Idle of Hillsborough. Mr. Terry Curran, steady away, son. How are you?
Not too bad at all.
Good. You had a good week?
No, not yet. Like I said, not too bad at all.
Good. Let's get into the magic moments, NT. What have you sourced for us this week?
Well, it's a good goal. Well, it's a great finish, but it's a bad goal. I'm going for Tillemans for Belgium against England. You know, I mean, the kick out was an absolutely disgraceful for a Premier League goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't take away the sublime finish. He could have rushed it. He could have made a mess of it. He kept his cool, calmness, and he put it smack in the bottom corner. So that's what I've gone for.
He scored a decent brace, didn't he, last night? That ball from Lukaku was a bit special as well for the diving header at the far post. But Tillemans as a player last evening, I thought he probably had his best game of the season. I know he's moved to Villa at the start of the season. He's found it difficult getting into the team. He's been pretty much in and out. But I've always rated him as a player. I think he's a top player.
Yeah. It's like anything else. I know he's bought. Well, you say he's bought him, Emery, but you don't know if the director who's bought him or the owner who's bought him. Do you?
No, you don't. No.
Because, like you say, you know, he's a good quality, but he's struggling like mad to get in at Villa. I mean, look at Maddison. How he could just not start for England, I do not know.
I have no idea. No idea, T. I mean, for me, he's a.
And if you say it like I would say it, you know, the manager, right? You tell me a better midfield player than Maddison. What plays for England?
I don't think we've got one. No. Do you know? I just do not get Declan Rice. I never have done. I don't rate him. I don't buy into all this. Declan Rice is the most important player we've got. I wouldn't pick him.
I've told you what it is. If you go along, listen, I had every top manager in this country bought me, and I know what goes off in the game. I know what goes off in the world. You know, we make ordinary players look like superstars. Right? I want England to win, but I back Brazil to beat England. Because if they play like they can play, even with the team he put out, technically they are better than what we are. Technically,
absolutely, 100%.
They're more composed, more calm. They have better quality on the ball. You know, and when you get our best midfield players, when you get our best players, what go and play for England for some unknown reason, they don't do it.
I mean, I'm guessing.
There is a reason. They'll play to the manager's orders. And I've seen it. I have 100%. Seen it. I've had enough football clubs to see what happens. They are so frightened of not being in team. They play along with the manager's orders. And listen, I'm not saying that you haven't got to have discipline in organisation. Of course you have. But that's for certain players to get the ball. Cloughy used to say to John McGovern, young man, you can't play fucking football. Just get the ball. Put you in the team to get the ball and give it to fucking Robertson or Curran. That's all I want you to do.
So,
right? And we get people like Foden. Still did all right for me, Foden. But for me, he's the best quality we've got. Right? And then we've got Maddison, but he doesn't not want to pick Maddison.
So,
and the more the fans call for him, I've seen managers and I've heard managers turn around and say, well, I shan't pick him and I shan't put him on bench because the fans chant for him. And the more that people shout, but I'm in the media, want the media to shout for people to go in, they put them in.
So I'm giving you the England manager's job, and I wished I could because I would. So we're going with a flat back four and obviously a goalkeeper. Who would your players be in front of you for? So we've got another 6 players. How would you balance up that team? What would your shout be?
Now, my midfield would be... I'm going to play Rice as the older midfield player.
Yeah.
And then my 2 midfield players would be Foden. In fact, I'd leave Rice out.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I would play Foden, the kid from Birmingham at Real Madrid,
Bellingham,
and Madison. They will be my three.
Yeah.
Right? They
Mm-hmm.
would be my three. And my front three would be Rashford, left hand side,
Mm-hmm.
Grealish, right hand side.
Yeah.
Kane
down the middle.
Kane down the middle.
I just slightly vary from you. I wouldn't play Declan Rice as a midfield player. I play Declan Rice as a centre half with John Stones.
I know you keep going on, you know.
But that's what I'd do.
Well, let me tell you that. I know I'm going to interrupt you again here.
Yeah.
But they cannot play that, regardless of what anybody tells me about Maguire.
Yeah.
Stone and Maguire, it's a good pairing. The left back is struggling.
Yeah.
Struggling. We don't know what's going to happen now with Walker, do we?
No, hopefully he'll be okay, but we don't. Right. You're right. And we don't know with Stones as well.
That goalkeeper, I wouldn't take it all.
We've got no other goalkeeper to take, though, have we?
Well, that's. Listen, let me.
I know.
We said we haven't got. We don't know, but it's like anything else. Until you see something. Why could the kid who's at Newcastle is better than him?
He's injured. And Sam Johnson's out for the rest of the season, so he's really down to Pickford and Ramsdale at the moment. And the boy Trafford.
I would not play Pickford. I would not play. He's a liability.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And you won't pick your team.
Now, my team, my midfield would be, I would play Ross Barkley in that position.
Holding midfield.
Yeah, that he plays. I never like calling him holding midfield, but you know what I mean. One that's just going to anchor it and tie it together.
Well, you can call him plays behind the forward thinking too.
But again, I would
and
have
get
him
the ball and give it to them what can play.
Exactly, yeah. But for me, Ross Barkley is a player as well.
Technically, he's better than Declan Rice.
100% in my opinion. And that's why I've got all ball players in my midfield. So I've got Barkley, and then on the right, I've got Bellingham and Foden playing on the right, and I've got Maddison and Grealish playing on the left with Harry Kane down the middle. They're all players that can interchange their position.
I would get Rashford playing better than you've any of you lot seen in your life.
Yep, no doubt. But
I would get him playing better than anybody's ever seen in his life.
I wish you could.
Because he's got the ability. It's about somebody putting the arm around him.
Yeah.
Right? And turning him around and saying, listen, there's a red line you don't cross. But you're going to be playing in my team.
Yeah. I get it.
You're not letting me down.
But he
don't let your family down.
Yeah, but he wouldn't
That's all I want you to do. Don't let your family down.
He wouldn't be my team. I'd have Grealish, Foden, Maddison, Bellingham, and Barkley. But again, we're all different. We just differ with that one player, really. I've got Barkley, and you've got Rashford, and I hope Rashford does come good, because when Rashford is on fire, he's a player. He can come in off that left hand side and score worldies. He's got pace. He can get in behind defenders. But I remember talking to Alan years ago about Rashford, and I said, "Do you think he'd be better down the middle, Al, as a centre forward?" And he said, as long as he's got an hole in his arse, he'll never be a centre forward. He's just not a natural goal scorer. He's no Peter Osgood. But, again, it's all opinions. But that's our opinion of the England lineup. The Euros, all the nations now have qualified. Wales didn't. Sadly, they got knocked out on penalties by the Poles. But just looking at it on the surface and not going into details, what teams stand out for you, T, in the Euros? I don't think it's going to be easy peasy for England. I hear lots of pundits saying we're going to win it, but I think it's going to be a very, very difficult tournament to win in Germany.
Do you think that we could contain France?
No. I think the
Right.
French are better
Because
than
that's what
us.
you're going to look at.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think we could contain Germany?
Not sure, but in their backyard, I think it's going to be difficult. I also think it's going to be difficult containing the Portuguese and
then I'm
also
going
the
to,
French.
the
The Spanish.
Well, you see, the thing is with Spain, if we have to play them at some point,
Yep.
they will keep the ball twice better than what we will.
100%.
Now, it's how can they get enough goals? Have they got a goal scorer?
Yeah.
To get them that goal. I mean, when the Spanish were at the best, they had some great goal scorers.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they've got a standout 20 goal a season goal scorer that's playing in La Liga at the moment.
I agree 100% with that, right?
And I think that is their weakness, but they've got some bloody good players that can score goals. And you're right, their ball
They will
retention
tire lots of
is
teams
phenomenal.
out,
Yeah,
Gabby.
absolutely. I mean, they did in the last World Cup. They were pass, and they were out passing. Or Spain will outpass any team in the tournament. And you're right, it's whether they can score goals. But they did score 3 against Brazil last night, and I would not back against the Spanish in this tournament. I think that if you do beat the Spanish, or you finish further on in the tournament than the Spanish, I think you're going to go a long way.
We have always had quality players, always, always.
Yeah,
we've made good players, superstar players, whether it's the media, whoever it is, right? Whereas when you look at our supposed to be superstars, would you ever had a Lampard who got in that Spanish team in front of Iniesta and Xavi?
No chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. No, right? Not a chance.
So, but we still today, where it's never changed is this. We still rely on get your sleeves rolled up.
Yeah.
Right? Get stuck in, work hard, and that's all we can ask.
100%.
And then they do that, and they get beat 2-0, and then they'll go in, and the manager or the coach will have a right dig at them. Because you're not playing with your brain. You're playing with your heart, working hard. You give everything, and then you're knackered.
Yeah.
Because you are knackered. The top teams will keep the ball and tire you out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the Euros, but I mean, if I'm going to put money on who if I had my last tenner and I was putting it on a team to win the Euros, I'd put it on France.
Yeah.
And then my second one,
I don't like
put
to
on
see
Spain,
this kid
then
get criticised
Portugal.
Because you look at it, it looks as though he's a kid in the corner what gets bullied. You know what I mean?
Who's this?
Southgate.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I don't like to see that. I don't like to see the criticism he gets. Right? But he cannot balance the team up.
No, he never has.
And he has favourites. I mean, he cannot take Henderson to that. Look, we're not knocking Henderson. He's been a great player for Liverpool.
He can't, but we know.
Yes, he will.
He will.
Yeah, but he cannot take him, but he will.
No, 100% Henderson's on that plane. 100. It's not even up for debate. And what else is not up for debate is he starts alongside Declan Rice.
Yeah.
That's how Southgate will play. He'll have the 4, and then he'll have 2 holding midfield players, and then he'll fill in the spaces. Saka will play, Foden will play, maybe Rashford will play.
Look at the group. Look at the group we're drawn in.
Yeah.
So we know they're going to get through that round.
We got Serbia, Denmark, and then Slovenia. We should do. I mean, we should do. We say that, but
listen, they will qualify. They couldn't ask for a better draw than what they've got.
No, it's a decent draw. I agree. But I still don't think it's a foregone conclusion.
Well, no, it's a foregone conclusion with England's concerned.
Absolutely.
But we have the quality in there, but he'll not pick it.
No, 100%. I mean, I can't believe the media love you with this Maino. Yet he had a decent game and he looks a good player whenever I've seen him play for Man United. But my God, listening to the media today, I thought that he was the second coming.
But I don't listen to them.
Oh, it just drives me up the wall.
But what I will say about him,
he looks a good player.
You look at him. Compose on the ball for an 18-year-old.
Absolutely.
Right. Got the confidence.
Yep.
To want the ball, not to hide.
Absolutely, demand it. Yeah.
Right. And can change.
Yep.
A game.
Yeah.
So, would I take him? Of course I would. Would I play before Henderson? Take him before? Of course I would.
100%. Same here.
By the way, I'd take him before Declan Rice, me.
And me. I'd rather have Mainu than Declan Rice. But again, it's all opinions. I'd like to see Gibbs White in the squad. I'd like to see Easy
right, let me
in
put
the squad.
This to you. Let me put this to you.
Go on.
How well do you think Tony did?
I like Tony. I thought he'd done okay. I thought he had a decent game. Would I take him? Yes. And I'd take Ollie Watkins as well.
Do me a favour, Gabby.
What's that?
Stick to supporting Birmingham.
What's the matter? Would you not take Tony?
Not a cat in hell's chance.
Based on what? Why?
I don't think he's that level. I think he's a decent first Premier League player.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I think that what you're saying pretty much is that first chance that he had, his body angle and shape was all wrong. I think he is very ungamely at times.
I mention that? I did not mention him missing. I'm not bothered about any.
No, I know what you're saying
because they're there they're getting in good positions.
But what I'm saying, he didn't get in a good position
at that level.
Yeah.
To win as a European Championship or a World Cup.
Yeah. So would you take Ollie Watkins?
No.
Who would you take as forward? You'd leave both of them behind?
I would.
Yeah, got you. Okay.
And the reason why I would, because we've got Grealish, we've got Foden, and if I need to play more advanced, we've got Bellingham. You could play just off of Kane, of him and Kane together as such, and it's interchanging.
I agree, yeah. Yeah.
Right? So that covers, we're there for 2 months, yeah?
A month. Yeah, we're there 14th of June to the 14th of July, hopefully.
Right. So if Kane gets injured, then I can either put Rashford through there.
Yep.
Or I could play with a false number 9.
Yep.
And play Foden there.
Would you take Gordon?
Who? Yes.
Yeah. Again, he's another one that you could play down the middle.
I'd sooner flood the midfield.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
They take strikers, what or not.
Yeah, with quality than players that you don't perceive to be that at that level. All the players that you're going to take are at international quality, as you see it. And Cole Palmer would be another one.
He'd be another one.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know why he didn't get a kick, whether he picked up a slight knock or something.
I'll tell you why. I think why he didn't get a kick, because he's not going to take him.
Maybe. I was surprised with Branthwaite as well. Why?
Should we have a bottle of wine? He don't take him.
Cole Palmer?
Yeah.
Yeah, can do.
We'll have a bottle of wine.
Okay, yeah, can do.
We'll have a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I hope he
I'd
does.
Take him.
I would take him. He's in my squad as well. Over the next few weeks, so I mean, we've got now till, the end of the season, and then we'll know who's injured, who isn't injured, and we will pick ours. I've pretty much got my provisional squad with players who I think, would be good enough. Not who I think that Gareth Southgate perceives to be good enough and picked. But we'll go through ours going forward just before the end of the season. My magic moments, T. Hendrick's goal for Brazil at Wembley against England.
Brilliant.
The youngest goal scorer ever to score at Wembley Stadium. And he scored in the Bernabeu as well last night in Brazil's 3-3 draw with Spain. Dani Olmo's goal for Spain against Brazil last night. I don't know if you saw that, but what a goal. And I think he's an absolute top player. Cole Palmer reminds me an awful lot of Dani Olmo. I think they're both tremendous footballers of high abilities. Did you see the goal?
Yes.
What did you think to that?
Absolutely.
I mean, he megged the first one, took the second one, and then just curled it in, didn't he?
Yeah.
Tremendous. I do like him. I've watched quite a bit of Danny Elmo, and very impressed with him. A brace from Kieran Donnelly for Hales Owen in their 2-1 win over Colville on non-league day. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that later in the podcast too. And I don't know if you saw Nino Adome Maliki, who's on loan from Millwall at Sutton, his goal against Accrington Stanley. A lovely ball was just put over the top. He's run onto it, the left back has, and he's fired one in the top corner. I thought, blimey, what a goal. So those are my magic moments, and we've had quite a few. And we do post them onto the Curran Views group. And also the 5 goals from the EFL I post on the group each week as well. There's some great collection of goals and magic moments too. Not a magic moments from Nike and the England flag. I thought Katie Hopkins summed it up. Leave the flag alone when she dressed up as Meghan and done her take on what's going on in football. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Love a little bit of comedy on the Curran View as well.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But, I mean, what they've done with that England shirt is disgrace.
It is a disgrace.
And I mean a disgrace.
Absolute disgrace, 100%. I mean,
there's a lot of people. I tell you what, I didn't see many people wearing that shirt. Did you?
I know Nike have gone on record and said it's the fastest selling shirt that they've had in 48 hours, but I don't believe it, and I've not seen proof or evidence of that.
I watched the 2 games. I didn't see. Yeah. The only people I saw with the shirts on were players.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't see it being a bestseller. I think it's an absolute disgrace, and what I would do is I would boycott it. And I boycott everything that Nike do. I mean, Nike are this company that have made this sports bra for transsexuals, and the marketing that as well. I look at it and I just
told you what would happen with football, didn't I?
I know you did too. You're absolutely right. And
told you what would happen.
And as I say, with the flag, I mean, could you imagine any of the other nations, their flag being, and it's defacing our flag.
Why don't we make a statement? They wouldn't do it to another.
They wouldn't know.
Which country do they call racist? England and America.
Yeah, they'll say that we're racist.
Would you think they call Russians racist? Would they call Germans racist?
No.
Would they call? No. It's you hear things happening in Spain and Italy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Mm.
But you don't hear them talking like they would in England, right? If you're a Trump supporter, you're racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
It's unbelievable.
If you criticise the shirt, you're a racist.
Mm.
Well, let me tell you something. The shirt's shit.
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
It is. And whoever passed it, well, we've seen, and I've posted up on the Curran View group, who in the FA did sign it off. He now apparently worked for the Six Nations, and now is going into a new role at Lancashire County Cricket Club. I hope you don't piss about with that rose and change the red one to a white one, because they'll be able to play up there at Old Trafford.
Gabby, they will get away with it.
It's incredible. Leave our culture.
Look at London. Look what they've done to London.
I know. Just leave our culture. Leave everything alone. We actually like the way we are in England. And if you don't like it,
for years
bugger off.
Listened. They used to say to us, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. So when you go somewhere else, anybody comes here.
Absolutely. I know. It's unbelievable.
Everything's free.
People come here because they like England.
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, the country's on its knees, and all these appeasers want to do is appease these people, and we should oppose, not appease. So we're opposing the England flag and how they've defaced the St George's Cross on the England shirt. And on the Curran View, what we say is boycott the shirt, don't buy it.
It was great to see on
Simple
Facebook
as.
a lot of people posting the St George's flag.
Yeah, absolutely. I put it up for 3 or 4 days on the Curran
Yeah.
View group. I put the St George's flag, and I did put a post up. This is our flag. You
Yeah.
know, don't be afraid to show your support for our flag. It is our flag, and keep posting up about
Well, I
our
nicked
flag.
it off of you because that's
Yeah,
where I got it from when you put that up.
yeah,
Photocopied it and then put it onto my wall. Same thing.
absolutely. And we're not racist. We're patriotic about our flag. And if you don't
Listen,
like
they
it,
can shout
tough,
what they want to
shove
me.
it.
I
Absolutely,
have
too.
black friends. I have a few Muslim friends. I have all different type of friends.
Absolutely.
Right? But listen, anybody what calls somebody racist, they're the racist ones.
Yeah. Well, I always feel that it's a mirror effect. You call people from how you perceive things, and I think that I wouldn't call people racist because I don't see race, I don't see colour, I just see people.
Exactly.
And I think that racist people do look for that racist part of something, and I don't, because I don't
It's only
see
to
it.
shut you up so you don't say no.
Absolutely,
And the
absolutely.
majority of people are petrified of it.
Of course they are. I mean, our language, everything has been but trying to be changed, trying to be watered down. I mean, it's like with all our football before the Premier League. Everything is they're trying to
All them
eradicate
want cancel
all of
people. I
our.
wouldn't bother about
Absolutely.
being cancelled by idiots.
No, exactly. You want to cancel us, cancel it. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. But what we do is give our honest views and opinions, and say with the St George's flag, it's our flag, and we're looking forward to St George's Day, and for the whole of the month of April, on the Curran View group, we will be putting back the St George's flag, and we will be playing. We will have as they have their black month, we will have our white month, and it will be the St
Yeah, but
George's
why
Day
should we
month.
have a black month
Well,
or a
you
white
shouldn't.
month
You
or a
shouldn't.
pink month or a Chinese month? Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
You shouldn't, but that's what they do. Would they even now still have a bloody blacklist of football? And I look at it and I think, why would you do that? If we did a white list, if we did a white month, they'd be going balmy, calling us all racist. But in November, in April, we will be paying tribute to our flag, and we will be as the run up to the Euros as well, putting a lot more England stuff on there because we're not afraid. We're very proud to be English and of our
I'm
flag.
proud to be white. I'm proud to be English,
Absolutely,
and I'm proud to wear a St George's flag.
absolutely too. But
And
that
I'm proud to support Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, but that does not mean to say we don't like anybody else, because we do. We also like books, and in Book Corner this week, our book of the month, Too Good to Be Forgotten. The book of the month for January, of course, was Ojogo Bonito, Brazil's 1970 World Cup Samba Party by Gary Thacker. I've done a podcast, and I do a podcast with our author of the month for the book of the month. Too Good to Be Forgotten is this month in March, and we did Brian Moore Saved Our Sundays with Matt Eastley. Those podcasts are all on your wherever you get your podcast from, whatever network, however you get hold of your pod. Spotify, Acast, and Patreon is the easiest way, and Patreon is the best way to support our project. All the w's.patreon.com/SRBmedia, and also we have a shop, srbmedia.co.uk/shop, and you can browse through our shop and buy some of our merchandise. But Too Good to Be Forgotten by Ben Dobson. I had a great chat with Ben, a big Southampton supporter. He loves you. And that podcast will be coming out very shortly. Chris
What?
is
Say
back
that
on it
again.
now. What's that?
What did you say then?
Too Good to Be Forgotten by Ben Dobson. The podcast with Ben will be out shortly. He's a big, massive Southampton fan, and like all Southampton fans, they love you,
Right.
TC.
He loves me.
All Southampton fans love you, TC. Every team that you played for love you. Forest, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Everton. Everybody loves TC. But in this book, Too Good to Be Forgotten, Three Wise Men of Football's Golden Era by Ben Dobson, forward by Russell Osman and Laurie McMenemy, and it's about Brian Clough, Bobby Robson.
And to listen to the rest of this podcast, head on over to www.patreon.com/SRBmedia. Thank you.